Hey guys, so today I am here to talk about a super fun topic, colonoscopies. Okay, so one of the first tests I got done was a colonoscopy, and that was back in August. And very excitingly, I get to have another one at the end of January. Colonoscopies aren't actually that terrible, but it does involve a prep the day before that can be fairly unpleasant. So when I got my first colonoscopy in August, I was really sick at the time and I could barely eat anything. So I was pretty much already on a liquid diet. And my GI at the time asked me for a couple of days beforehand to go on a completely liquid diet. Now, many GIs will not necessarily have you do this. It depends on what exactly is going on for your health condition, but it may just be simply the day before that you have to go on what they call a clear liquid diet. Now, a clear liquid diet is kind of weird because there are certain things that you don't think of as liquids, like Jello, that count as clear liquids. Also, things like gummy worms and gummy bears. Basically, items with gelatin that you can see right through are typically considered clear liquids, as well as, of course, water, vegetable or bone broth, Gatorade, Sprite, things of that nature. So along with this liquid diet, you will have some sort of prep instructions and some sort of solution to drink the day before your colonoscopy. Now, some doctors prescribe this so you drink it all at once, but more and more doctors are now prescribing it so that you split it into two separate doses. There are a bunch of different kinds of preps, Suprep, Miralax, Dualax, various different things. My doctor prescribed a Miralax prep, which is typically a gentler prep than something like Suprep. So usually what will happen is the night before you'll have to mix half of your prep with a large amount of liquid. Now this is what people have trouble with. You have to drink this liquid in a very small amount of time, and that can make you feel quite sick. However, most doctors now will tell you that you should not be pushing your body to the point where you are throwing up or you feel like you're going to throw up. If you feel that way, you should be slowing down. It's less important that you do it super fast and more important that you finish the whole prep, which is something that people won't do. They'll feel sick and then they'll give up, and then they won't have done enough that you're clear enough for them to do the test. So after you drink the solution, it can be a little bit of time before things really get going, but then you will be getting cleaned out like nobody's business. And you'll have to do the second half of the prep the next morning. So it's really a physically taxing experience. That being said, there are things that you can do to make it more manageable. I definitely recommend having some good Netflix or whatever your preferred streaming services, shows or movies lined up, having something to watch or listen to if you like audiobooks or podcasts or anything like that can definitely be helpful to make the time pass. The good news is you will be so exhausted from this prep, you will be so excited for the colonoscopy because you will get to have a very nice anesthesia nap. So I know some people are nervous about surgery, but really by the time it rolls around, you probably won't be nervous. You'll be excited to have a rest. So when you get to the hospital, you have to have someone to drive you home or to escort you home. They will not let you leave without this person. Won't even do the exam without you having someone lined up because you are going to have been under anesthesia and they can't release you without someone there to make sure that you're okay getting home. So they'll have you fill out some paperwork, give the phone number of the person that's going to pick you up, and then they'll get you hooked up to the IV. They'll probably give you some fluids. They might give you some anti-nausea medication, and then when they're ready for you, they will give you the anesthesia through the IV. it doesn't take too long once you're on it for you to go out. It's not general anesthesia, but you still really won't be awake or aware of anything that's happening, which is good because really you don't want to be. I think people have a really big fear of waking up in the middle of the procedure, and I'm not going to lie, it does happen. It's never happened to me, but I know that it can happen. That being said, it's not super common, and you have an anesthesiologist right in the room to put you right back to sleep if it does happen. So most people don't even remember if that does happen. When you're having a colonoscopy, you really want to make sure that you have access to a bathroom that you're going to be able to use without fighting other people for that space. It's certainly not a fun experience. However, it's really not a huge deal. After you get it done, it's totally an outpatient procedure, so you'll wake up, the doctor will come talk to you, they'll tell you how your colonoscopy looked, but if they took biopsies, you won't get those results for a few days. Once you're feeling up to it, you will be sent home with your escort. That's my rundown on colonoscopies. If you guys have any more questions or concerns, you want to share your own experiences, please feel free to do so in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.